Si la photo est bonne, juste en deuxième colonne, y a le voyou du jour qui a une petite gueule d'amour. Dans la rubrique du vice, y a l'assassin de service qui n'a pas dû.
Well, there has been a study abroad at Center for probably 60 years or so, but it got started and that was primarily the 6-week winter term, we used to call it, and there'd be 1 or 2 trips a year. We then started in a big way our semester programs, and the first one was in London. The second one was in Strasbourg, third was in Merida. Then we added Japan and Northern Ireland. We had a Turkey program for a while, but that's kind of disappeared, temporarily perhaps.
One of the greatest things about the homestay is that it really does become your family, and they really help you with the more personal side of the culture. Like, instead of going into the country as a tourist the entire time, being with a group that is touring the culture the entire time, you get to really be immersed in the culture when you're with a family that's lived there their entire lives. And just the constant Spanish, like, if you want to talk to your family, you have to talk to them in Spanish, and they're very willing to help you along the way as well. I was really able to discover a different part of me that I had always wanted to connect with. You know, my background, my mother is from Honduras, and for all my life I tried to reject that part of who I was. You know, it sounds terrible, but growing up, you don't embrace those things that make you different. You so much want to be part of the group, and you want to be like everyone else. And people asking you, you know, what is your ethnicity and why do you look the way you do is more of a threat than a compliment at the time. And I remember, I'll never forget, I spelt my name one time on a piece of paper. My name is spelt like Sarah with an H, but I chose to spell it without an H. And someone had commented saying, "Sarah, you spelled your name wrong." I said, "No, I didn't." Because while I was there in Mexico, I wanted to be Sara. I didn't want to be Sarah, who I had always prided myself in being, and I prided myself in not being Sara. But while I was there, I took great pride in being Sara, and it took me going abroad, being immersed in that culture, for me to finally accept that part of who I am.
Well, I was actually born in Mexico, and then I lived in Philadelphia for 5 years. And then I went to São Paulo, Brazil. My mom's Brazilian and my dad's American. I would consider myself Brazilian over American, though America is growing on to me.
I am originally born in the States, but have lived in 6 countries. My mom is half British American, half British, half American, and my dad is a Kentucky farm boy. But I most recently came from the Middle East, so now I'm in Danville. I love it a lot, but I do miss some things about the rest of the world.
It was hard, and I did suffer like some type of culture shock.
I just think that in a lot of ways, like, our experiences aren't necessarily translatable.
You know, we tend, when we travel and when we think of going abroad, we usually think of Europe, and I do too, because I've spent a lot of time in France and in other countries of Europe. But there's so much, you know, in the Americas that is really different and that is foreign. And so I'd like to expose students to that. And I think it's important for me too, because I'm kind of Eurocentric as well when I think of, you know, going away and something foreign and exotic. You know, I'm really happy that I'm in a college that puts such an emphasis on getting outside your bubble and exploring the world.
Si la photo est bonne, si la photo est bonne, si la photo est bonne.